Like in all looter shooters, the First Descendant has a ton of weapons and loot, letting you put together unique and powerful builds to fit your playstyle. In this video, I'm going to break down what a build in the First Descendant is made up of, and how it all comes together. First, a thank you to my supporters over on Patreon on how you can support at the end of the video. Hello and welcome, I'm Abrax, and if you're new to the looter shooter genre, you're probably not quite sure what I mean when I refer to a build. This is a term used for weapons and gear equipped in a way that benefits a specific playstyle or to complete a specific goal. For example, an all damage build with very little in the way of survivability, focusing on doing as much damage as possible in a very short amount of time. Or a build put together for the purpose of speedrunning, leaning more into movement speed and area of effect attacks. Effectively, building your character for a specific goal. Get it? Build? In the First Descendant, there are a few different directions players might lean into when putting a build together. All-out damage, aiming to do as much damage as possible in a short time, whether that's with weapons or skills. Tanking, which is absorbing as much damage as possible with the goal of pulling attention away from your teammates. And support or healing, applying crowd control effects to enemies like freeze or stun, or possibly healing allies to keep everyone up on their feet. Now we've cleared up the terminology, what does a build in the First Descendant actually consist of? Simplifying it, in the First Descendant, a build consists of 3 layers. Your Descendant, your equipped weapons and gear, and the runes you have set up. Each of these having a huge effect on your build and how it will play. The first part of this puzzle is the Descendant you choose. Your Descendant lays the foundation of your build and how you want it to play when it comes to skills, with there also being a slight difference in starting attributes. Different Descendants' active skills lean into different roles. For example, Ajax creates barriers and domes to protect his allies, meaning the character naturally wants to be the group tank. Glay uses her own health to increase her damage, making her a great DPS or damage character. That's not to say you can't take a character like Ajax and build him into damage, but the passive and active skills each Descendant has are worth keeping in mind when you're putting your build together. Once you've chosen your Descendant, the second layer would be your weapons and your gear. In the First Descendant, you get 3 weapon slots and 4 gear slots. Let's start off by talking about the weapons. In your 3 weapon slots, you can equip any weapon type in any slot you like. You want to carry 3 cannons? Go for it, but there are a few light limitations to keep in mind. Every weapon in the First Descendant uses an ammo type with collections of weapons using the same ammo. This means that if all of your weapons share the same ammo pool, you'll run out pretty fast. The best way to get around this is to obviously equip weapons that use different ammo pools. For example, I quite enjoyed running an assault rifle that used general ammo, a hand cannon using impact rounds, and a tactical rifle which used enhanced rounds. The type of ammo each weapon uses can be easily seen in the top right by a coloured ammo icon. When you're picking weapons, I would recommend thinking about your different ranges. I mostly use assault rifles because I found them to be good at most ranges in most situations, but for the other 2 weapon slots, I try my best to grab something that would be great up close, like a auto shotgun or a hand cannon, and something with a bit more range, like a sniper or tactical rifle. Once you have chosen and grabbed your weapons, you then have 4 different gear slots to fill: your gyro, sensor, memory, and coil. Each of these slots buffs your defenses in one way or another, increasing attributes like max HP, max shield, or overall defense. These are pretty basic. Add the gear that increases the attribute you want to build up. Runes are the final and deepest layer of putting a build together in the First Descendant. But what is the rune system? In the First Descendant, runes can have varying effects on your character and weapons, like increasing a single attribute, reducing cooldowns, or adding a more active effect. Your character has 6 rune categories, 5 affecting different weapon types. These are shared across all of your characters, so switching to a different Descendant, these will still be in effect. These are the Storm runes, which affect SMGs, assault rifles and handguns, Torrent runes that affect LMGs, tactical rifles and beam rifles, Tide runes that affect hand cannons and scout rifles, Thunder runes that affect sniper rifles and launchers, and Haze runes that affect shotguns. You can actually quickly see which rune slots your current weapons are using by the lines connecting them on the left. Then the last rune category, which is specific to the Descendant you're currently using, is simply called Descendant runes. The Storm, Torrent, Tide, Thunder, and Haze runes all add effects to your weapons, increasing their damage, reducing their crosshair size, reducing recoil, and some more active effects like giving you a defense boost on kill. Descendant runes, however, affect your character's armor, health, skill damage, skill radius, cooldowns, and so on. Each rune category has a capacity and each rune has a cost. The stronger the rune, the higher the cost. This is a clever system to make sure you don't equip all of the strongest runes straight away. However, there are ways around this to help build your character and equip more stronger runes. Most runes have an icon next to the cost. If you match up this icon with a rune slot, it will halve the cost, meaning you equip more powerful runes at a lower cost. Every Descendant has one icon slot in their Descendant runes, but as you reach the end game, you will find there are additional ways to add icons to your rune slots, which will let you add more higher cost runes. Once you have got your Descendant, added the weapons of your choice, grabbed your gear, and added your runes, this is a full build in the First Descendant. Now you can start shaping it and optimizing it to play how you want it to play. For the most part, if you are familiar with looters or RPGs, this is a system that will naturally make a lot of sense to you. The thing that might trip a few players up is the rune system, with this being slightly different compared to other titles in the genre. But after spending a little time with it, all of the pieces will start to fall into place. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, and while you're down there, why not hit subscribe so you don't miss any future content. And as always, a massive thank you to my supporters over on Patreon for helping me make this channel the best it can be. And if you would like to join them, you can support the channel for as little as £1 a month. You'll find a link to the Patreon in the description below. Have a great day, and I will catch you in the next one.